All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to... there we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another First Play on launch day. This is another cheap, under $1 priced shooter. What kind of game I tend to like. We'll see if I like this one. It looks like another Unity game. ShapeNeon, I guess is what it is. ShapeNeon Chaos. It's an old school style space shooter. You're a ship facing waves of deadly enemies. The game was made to give you a shot of adrenaline in just a couple of minutes. Lots of bullets and neon in an arcade psychedelic shooter. So this does tend to be a kind of game I like. I mean, this is basically rock and roll, the own game I made, except in a neon atmosphere with simpler, minimalistic shapes, it looks like, and bright lights. So we'll see if I like this game. The good thing about this game, guys, is it is under $1. And it does have that 40% discount its first week. We know what I've said about 40% discounts. It's usually a red flag. Usually means it's a low effort asset flip. So hopefully that's not the case here. I did look for anything like this on the Unity asset store. I couldn't find anything like this. I'm not saying it's not out there. I'm not saying this isn't an asset flip. But a lot of times with these kind of games, I can tell pretty quickly if it's an asset flip. I still kind of have a weird feeling that the last zombie shooter game that I played was an asset flip, just because it was so basic in nature. He didn't change anything to make it save the files, and it didn't save high scores. There was no Steam achievements, nothing like that. At least the game here does say that the developer added Steam achievements and Steam leaderboards, so that tells me he at least did some kind of code himself. So maybe this is a authentic game by a developer. So we'll see. So if this, it is this developer's Benny Games. It is his first game on Steam, so it looks like a nice first game as well. Looks like the music is really well, if that is the music in the game. One other thing real quick before you even get started to the developer, if this is a game that you actually made yourself, it looks like a game you could probably get away with pricing it higher than 99 cents. Let's wait until I play it to see if I think that as well. But I would stay away from a 40% discount your first week. I would go 10 or 15% your first week as a discount, because 40% discount, at least with me, gives me a big red flag. I'm starting to already think that you've made an asset flip. So I would stay away from that 40% discount your first week. Besides, more money is always good as well, right? So let's go ahead and jump in. This game does have 5 user reviews already today, and I can see why. I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. And all 5 games are written in a different language, but they all are positive reviews. So let's see if this game can make a Zaxtorian Gold. I see the potential for making Zaxtorian Gold. Let's see what I think. Let's jump in. Welcome to the stream. We have my son talking in the background again. So, embedding games, flashing images, right? Seizures. Always good to protect yourself as a developer so you don't get sued for giving somebody seizures. All right, this screen here is really bright. Takes a minute to get used to. All right, standard mode, directly to chaos. I wonder if we can turn some of the neon off. Disable the background. Okay. Yeah, you can hone down the brightness, it looks like, which is kind of cool. Let's go down to 15%. Let's turn that music down a little bit. I like how he shows you where the volume's at when you slide it. Great idea. Oh, you can kind of see what the level's at. Yeah, let's go like that. That's still pretty loud. There we go. That's better. Alright, just one life and one bomb. Okay, you can gain more. How many times will you survive? Slow motion. I don't want bombs, I just want slow motion. Standard mode, play the standard game. Incremental difficulty. Play the chaos game, weapon level 5, but lots of enemies at hardest difficulty. No, we're gonna go standard mode to start with. Alright. Alright, I like the background. Okay, real quick, we have a lot of confusion in the background. I mean, that's pretty cool looking or whatever, but I do find that kind of confusing. Let's go back here and let's go into our options and let's disable the background for old people like me. Yeah, that's a lot less confusing. At least we can see the enemies better, right? All right. Yeah, if you're like me and all that background was a little bit too much, you might want to turn the background off. I like how when you shoot the borders of the borders, how they have that glitter. That's cool. I like it a lot. So you got to shoot these things when they're bright. Like when they're faded out, you can't shoot them. Damn it. I can't even imagine playing this with the background on. I like how these shapes kind of like drift off, and you can't shoot them when they're faded. That's really cool. Oh shit! I thought that was a power-up. It was so flashy. Yeah, you want to avoid that thing. Okay. I like it, guys. I don't feel like this is an asset flip, just because it is saving your high score and stuff like that. Let's see, where are our high scores at? Leaderboards right here. Standard mode. Yeah, this isn't an asset flip. This developer did some coding, I believe, 100%. Yeah, he's priced this too cheap at 59 cents right now. It's first week. All right. You can see your friends. You can just see you. Top 100. Close. Close. Go back and... All right. Multiplier times 1. So you do have a multiplier as well. Well, this is fantastic. I like the flashiness of this game. Yeah, I honestly, from what I'm seeing so far, guys, I think this should be a $10 title, not a $1 title. I really do. The controls are really good and responsive. At least a $5 title. Boom. Boom. Yeah, the game definitely has a pizzazz going on. And this game here, I hate to say it, to knock the zombie shooter game out back, you know, the 99-cent zombie shooter that didn't have a discount. But I think you guys can see that this game is levels ahead. We have a weapon upgrade here. Like, this game is so far, so much more advanced than the zombie shooter game I just played that it's not even funny. And they're both 99-cent games. This one just has a 40% launch discount. This game might take your eyes out. Like, this game might be too much for some people, though. Like, I could definitely see this game not giving... I could see it giving people seizures, but I could also make it see you make it go have you like I could see it making you go blind in 30 minutes. Yeah, like I turned the brightness down to 15, and it's still like really fucking bright. Oh, you don't really care for this one. You like the zombie one better, Brookie Bear? Is it the brightness of it that turns you off, or the speed of it is really cool? The speed of it compared to the zombie game is, I like it a lot more. I like this the speed of how fast this game moves. They're both responsive. Like, this game just has to be so much more responsive because it's so fast. What is turning you off about this game, Ricky Bear? Like, why do you not like this game as much? Let's go back here. Let's what happens if we turn the brightness all the way down to 0?
How you doing today?
Yeah, even at 0, I mean, it's still really, really bright.
I just wanted to say I really like your helmet. That's all I wanted.
All the colors and everything. But that's part of the cool factor, right? It's way too bright. Still way too bright, even at 0. Yeah. Yeah, to the developer, the only thing I can suggest to you is maybe, I don't know, figure out a way to make it so it's not so intense. Because even at 0 brightness, like the game can still be hard in your eyes. And I think that's probably what Brookie Bear is, you know, saying she doesn't like about it. The speed of the game is really, really cool. But I think what Brookie Bear and some other people might say is just too flashy. You know, it's too psychedelic. And I like that you already put options in the game to, you know, take off the background and lower the brightness and stuff like that, because that definitely helps. But I would probably find another way to make like a maybe have a clever, maybe call it an old person mode or something, you know. Call it old person mode for people like me that you know, that their eyes are going to go out if they play this for 10 minutes. But as far as the gameplay itself is awesome. Love it, love it, love it. And there's a lot of people that are going to really like the you know, the psychedelic look and nature of this game. Like, what I think I would do if I was you, developer, is leave everything in here that you have. Change the explosions for the old person mode as we're talking about. Like, the explosions look really cool, but I think that's the problem. I think that's why it's hurting people's eyes and stuff like that and making me think. I would just, like, call the old person mode, just have really basic explosions. You know, like, just little teeny simple, you know, parts flying off, but not big massive explosions like that. I think that would help a lot. Yeah. Just make a mode where the explosions aren't nearly so intense, where basically the guy just falls apart. You know, pieces of him, not big, crazy explosions like that. I like the trail. The trail can stay. I like the trail scratch marks here. That's really cool. I don't think that would hurt people's eyes. I think it's the explosions that's the problem. Yeah, the explosions are just too crazy. And let's go back here. Let's see. We don't have any way to change that, do we? No, see, there's no way to lower the explosion intensity. Let's go into the time attack and see how that works. I hate to like knock on the developer because this game is really well coded. It runs really smooth. The controls are really fast and responsive. I just feel like it needs that old person mode like I'm talking about with all of the crazy intense explosions. And it would be so much better if you had that as an option. What do you think, Rookie Bear? If we got rid of the explosions, don't you think that would help? I think the explosions is what's doing it. And then, like, even with the if you do the old person mode or whatever, just make the sparks if you hit the border, like keep the sparks, but just like tone it down, like to a 10th what it is right now.
Yep.
Yeah, we need an old person mode in this game, man.
Unseen.
A save your eyes mode, whatever you want to call it. Vision saver mode. The gameplay here is fast and furious, though. Love, love, love the gameplay, man. You've nailed the gameplay. This is a lot of fun. Still way too bright. Yep. Let's go back to start menu. Let's go slow motion. Let's try that. So this is like an old person mode too. It still moves really fast. Look how responsive you are. Like, yeah, I just love the responsive controls.
Press the button for drag. Oh, we have 2 blocks in the drag. So you're going to step away. You went to. Thank you very much. Wait a minute, you're the scumbag. You're the scumbag that did me. You stabbed me.
I don't have nearly as many viewers in this game as I just had 30 minutes ago in the, what was it called? Field Blaster or whatever it was called? Field Shooter? The zombie game. The top-down zombie game. I had like 8 viewers, and I almost wonder if people are turning off this live stream because they're like, oh my god, Zax, this game is way too bright. And I have the brightness at 0, so... Yeah, I'm almost wondering if this gameplay, this stream, is actually hurting my viewers' eyes. Because nobody's watching. Yeah. I like the triple shot here. Oh god. Yeah, see, this is fun, man. Yeah, I would just get rid of these crazy over-the-top explosions. To be honest. I would probably even make the standard default game without these crazy explosions. I know you're trying to appeal to people's, you know, I know you're trying to make it appealing and fun to look at, but I almost think you've done it. I think you went overboard, but to the developer, or the developers. I got hurt. I'm still alive though.
One kid, you know, I'm gonna
But the gameplay itself is fast and furious. It's super fun. I like all the different scores too. You get different scores. This is what I was talking about with a zombie shooter. You need to get points for every zombie you shoot and stuff like that. This game has the points. You know, you get different points depending on how difficult the enemy is or whatever. Love it.
chase him, chase him, chase him.
You got the gameplay down. You just need to tone down on the explosions and shit, bud. And maybe make a take your eyes out mode. Instead of making the old person mode, I think I would make the old person mode your default, right? And then give players an option to turn on the lose your vision. Lose your vision mode if people want all these effects. Because I honestly think most people are not going to want these kind of effects. I got an extra life. As cool as it looks, I just think you went overboard. I think most people that play this game would choose not to have all this crazy pizzazz on the screen. Weapon upgrade, nice.
Are you alive? Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
I can actually feel the strain on my eyes right now, man. I've been playing your game for a few minutes, and I'm actually starting to feel like a burn in my eyes just from playing your game. And again, I have your brightness at 0. Like, I can't even imagine having it at like 100%. Yeah. Oh my god. What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. Yeah. All right. So not only do we need a default of 0 on the brightness, we also, I would take away all those super crazy explosions because they just hurt your eyes, man. I'm feeling my eyes start to burn from this game. I love your gameplay. You've nailed the gameplay. So I hate to see a really fun, responsive game like this ruined by you trying to go over the top on the explosions and just get too crazy with it. Tone down all the explosions. Maybe make this what you have right now. A Firecracker mode or whatever, explosive mode or whatever. This should be like something you have to turn on, and by default, it should be toned down big time. You know, just make the enemies just explode into like 3 or 4 or 5 different parts that fly off the screen. Not these big massive explosions, because it's, you know, and then your brightness, your brightness needs to be 0 by default, if not even toned down more. It's just too hard on the eyes, man. Love your game. Dude, I'm going to give your gameplay, a 9 out of 10 or even a 9.5 out of 10. But this whole game is, just ignore my son screaming in the background, but this whole game is hurt by the fact that it's so bright and it's too obnoxious and it's too psychedelic. It's just, it hurts your eyes. So for that, I'm going to give this game a 9.5 out of 10, but I'm going to take away 3 whole points. I'm going to put this down at a 6.5 just because the game is so hard to play because it's so bright and so over the top. 6.5 is my score. Give us an old person mode like I was talking about. Get your score back up to me at 9.5. Let me know in a comment under my video when you change this, and I'll play your game again. I'd be more than happy to play it again. And you know, or comment under my review on Steam or whatever. Let me know that you've added a old person mode, or you know, I would go old person mode by default because I honestly think most people are not going to like this game the way it is right now. I think it's going to hurt most people's eyes. I think the moderator Brookie Bear is right. So change your game, give us an old person mode, or give us that old person mode by default. Keep what you got as a setting. People like options. People like the ability to, you know, to set things like they want. But we definitely need those explosions going way down on the craziness. We're just way too over the top, as I said. So I think I know what you could do. Look at my own game, Rock and Roll, if you need a basic idea, because Rock and Roll is super responsive and controls really well, but it doesn't have these crazy over the top explosions that hurt your eyes. So look at my own space shooter, Rock and Roll on Steam. That's what I want to see, is something really basic like that. You can have explosions, you can have things, but when they're like this, they just hurt your eyes, man. As it is 6.5, the gameplay, though, guys, is a 9.5. I still think this game is worth the money, and I still think, especially if this guy does what I'm, you know, asking him to do, I think this game's worth at least 5 times what he's asking. I think this game's at least a $5 game. The gameplay is just super fun, and I love all these different modes that you have already. I love the fact that you have leaderboards in here. I love that you have options. It's just too much, man. Even at 0 brightness, it's just way too much. 6.5 is my score, but this developer has the ability to give us just a basic, really ordinary mode and make it a 9.5, because I think that's where the game lays at. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Am I being overly picky? Am I being too hard on the over-the-top psychedelic effects? I want to know what you guys have to say, what you guys think. Be sure you comment down below, guys. Be sure you like my video if you've enjoyed my video review. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.